Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dawn Friday Press Box here at Goerke Field for today's WIAC matchup between the visiting UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds and your UWSP Pointers. I'm Michael Wengen up here to deliver today's broadcast. Alongside me, Jackson Jurek. Jackson, how you doing today, bud?
I'm good. The snow is coming down here at Goerke Field. Should be an exciting matchup. We're ready for this game, and I know a lot of fans here are too, but hopefully the snow will stay away. 32nd annual Spud Bowl, so that's something exciting going on here in Stevens Point.
Yeah, we were able to grab ourselves a couple free baked potatoes and french fries. Always good to get some food in before the game, and we do have a little bit of a interesting weather experiment here going on, as we got a few flakes coming down. Nothing heavy and nothing sticking, but just a few flakes, and hopefully it wouldn't be anything of a factor today in today's game, but who knows, Jackson? It may keep people some people out of the weather.
Yeah, I think for obviously us, it's safer up here. Not safer, but more enjoyable up here. But for the people down in the stands, probably makes things a little bit less fun. Michael, I think this game has the possibility of being exciting, but at the same time, we could see, one team not execute their plays like we know they can do. Obviously, Eau Claire is a very good team, having 3 good wins this year. Their biggest win over St. Thomas back in September, a long time ago, but a good win, and then beating other WIAC team, UW River Falls. The Pointers have their 2 wins against previously, or at the time ranked, Wabash 31-28 they won, and they beat River Falls as well. So it'll be an interesting matchup today to see how these 2 teams face each other and what their coaches have game plans set up for them.
Definitely, and it's another conference matchup here on the season as well. UW Stevens Point, of course, not having a great conference schedule so far. They're currently 1-3 right now in conference play. Their only victory, as Jackson mentioned, came against UW River Falls in their conference opener. But on the other side of the ball, or on the other side of things, UW-Eau Claire is kind of in the same boat as well. They're also 1-3 in conference play, and their only conference victory coming against UW River Falls as well. So both these teams right now kind of in the bottom of the WIAC standings right now, just trying to look for a way to get back in the win column. Both teams coming off losses last week. UW-Eau Claire fell 43-8 last week at home against UW-Platteville, while Stevens Point lost a tough game last week at UW-Stout in double overtime, losing 38-31. So, Jackson, both these teams looking to get back in the win column here today.
Yeah, both teams are hungry. I think that's the biggest thing for these guys is they're hungry. They want to get a win, so I think we should expect both of these teams to put up a good fight and, make sure that they finish through the whistle and are playing to their fullest capability and playing the whole game and not, giving up when – or not giving up, but not finishing the plays. And I think that'll be a big emphasis for the coaches is to finish the play and go out there, play your game, but at the same time show each other that we're here to play the game of football and we're not here to mess around.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Obviously, today is important for both these teams as they continue to play the rest of their schedule throughout the rest of conference play and as well to the rest of their season. Stevens Point currently on the season overall 2-5. They're looking to improve on their record of 4-6 from last season. UW-Eau Claire right now currently at 3-5.
Yes,
3-5 on the season. They as well are looking to have an improvement from last season overall as well. Both these teams were around the bottom of the conference last year, but it's a little bit of a different season this year, Alex. Obviously, UW-Eau Claire had that big win over future D1 team St. Thomas, and UWSP had that victory over then-ranked Wabash College back in September. So both these teams can play with a lot of these bigger teams that have bigger programs,
Yeah, both teams have proven it, but I think we just haven't seen it within their own division, and I think that's something both teams want to improve on. Obviously, this is a game where for Eau Claire they can break even and get to 500. But for the Pointers, it's just taking another step in the right direction and playing their type of football, which we both know both teams are capable of doing. So we'll just have to see how it goes, and we should be in for an exciting game of football.
Yeah, hopefully so. The last broadcast we did was here 2 weekends ago for UWSP's homecoming game against UW Whitewater, and that, of course, did not go well for the Pointers on the day. We're shut out by a score of 38-0. Meanwhile, UW-Eau Claire hung around with UW Whitewater at the beginning of October, actually. They only lost by 10 points in a 24-14 defeat at UW Whitewater. So, of course, you can't really base teams based on the scores they had against other tough opponents on the schedule. Obviously, Platteville is the next opponent on the Pointers schedule, and that's the team that UW-Eau Claire just suffered a defeat against last week. So we got players on the field now, and the flakes are coming down even harder now. UW-Eau Claire now runs on the field, and we're getting ready to play some football here, Jackson. I'm excited.
Yeah, Michael, what are the biggest things, I think, in your opinion, biggest things coming on each side of the football? Obviously, we know Eau Claire losing their number one rusher this year, Austin Bellat. He, so far this year, playing in all 7 games with 156 attempts, running for 989 yards. That's pretty dang good. And he's out this game. What do the Blue Golds have to do to make sure they can win this game without him, or what do the Pointers have to do to play their style of game without him?
Well, we'll talk about that after the national anthem coming up right here. When we come back, Pointers versus Blue Golds. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality. And I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of the family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today at skyward.com/careers.
And welcome back into Goerke Park here in Stevens Point. During the national anthem, we had a little bit of a hailstorm come down all of a sudden. So now, as you can see on your screens here, there is a little bit more precipitation on the ground. Michael Wengen here alongside with me, Jackson Jarek. Jackson, we talked about this before we went to break. The running game for the Blue Goats is going to be a lot different today without their leading running back here in today's contest.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how the Blue Gold attack this game. Obviously, a run-first type of team, but today will be a little bit different for them. And I think for the Pointers, they have to take advantage of that. But for the Blue Golds, they have to use that to their advantage, throw in some mix of plays and little play action and get the ball moving around a little bit more, and that'll create some offense for them.
Yeah, and of course here as well, offense is going to be a big part of the game for both teams on both sides. Both these teams have had trouble scoring points in some games while, you do look at this, Jackson. It's interesting to note because in the games that the Pointers won against Wabash and River Falls, they scored over 30 points, but in all the rest of the games, with the also exception of the game they lost last week against UW Stout, they scored less than 30 points in each game.
Yeah, and like you mentioned that every game that the Blue Golds have won, they've scored over 20, except for a game at St. Norbert, they've scored over 20. So the biggest thing for the Pointers, I think, is to allow their defense to play and not give up more than 20 points to this Blue Gold team. But for the Blue Gold's defense, it's, you're going to have an offensive battle maybe here with the Pointers and just try and get them to make mistakes of their own and take advantage of that.
Definitely when you go out there and play, Jackson, any kind of opportunities you can get to take advantage of any kind of mistakes on the other side of the ball that Eau Claire makes, take it. Of course, the weather now is going to be a factor in this game. Obviously, we got a little bit of hail and a little bit of flakes coming down right now, so that's going to make things interesting here on today's contest as the Pointers will kick off to start this contest here between the Blue Golds and the Pointers. Victor Ponterio lines up back to send this ball. The run up by Ponterio, and we are underway here in Stevens Point as a short kick is fielded right around the 25-yard line, and the Blue Golds will set up shop right around the 28-yard line. So we'll get to see our first look at quarterback Josiah Johnson, the sophomore quarterback for the Blue Golds here today. And we'll get to see the Pointers defense get their first action on the field and hopefully start off the game with a drive where they can hold the Blue Golds to a 3-and-out or get them off the field. So Josiah lines up right under center. Two receivers down at the bottom. And we are finally set to go. Conrad Bowles, the running back, behind in the backfield. Johnson takes the snap, hands it off to Bowles. He'll take it up, and he'll only gain about a yard or two on that carry. And the Blue Golds are going to start off here conservatively here with a running attack. So only 2-yard carry on that one brings up 2nd and 8 for the Blue Golds.
I think this drive will be a true test for both teams to see how they're going to take the game into their own hands here. Will the Pointers defense be able to stop them, or will the Blue Golds offense be able to get a drive that is longer than a 3-and-out?
Johnson taking the snap. He throws, and he finds his man up around the 42-yard line, but that's good enough for a first down. That's about a 10-yard reception there by Will Adair, the wide receiver out of Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin.
Tackle made by number 6, Felix King.
Felix King also a important Pointers player on this defense here, making the stop right there. But the Blue Golds get a first down and move the ball as they line up around the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Johnson under center. Takes the snap, hands it off, a quick hand off to Bowles, and he gets almost wrapped up. Bowles able to escape, and he'll run it out to his right, and then he's finally taken back behind the line of scrimmage for about a 2-3 yard loss. Bulls was
Looks like
almost wrapped up there for about a 5 yard loss, but able to escape it and wasn't able to get past the line of scrimmage though.
That's a big play for the Pointers after giving up that 10-yard pass, being able to get to the ball right away and force the Blue Gold to lose 5 yards.
So 2nd and 16 now for the Blue Golds on their own 35-yard line. Johnson in the pistol. Adair in motion. Johnson taking the snap, dumps it out quickly to Adair. He'll go up the sideline, right around midfield, and he's going to be short of a first down. It'll bring up about a 3rd and 6, and the Pointers in their first 3rd down situation of the game on defense.
Pointers have been good this year on 3rd down, stopping the opponent forcing them to punt. We'll see if they can do that here, where the Blue Golds continue to continue on with this drive.
Josiah in the pistol. Bulls lined up alongside him. 3 receivers down in the bottom, 1 up top. Snap to Johnson. Looking toward the sideline. He connects. And that reception is made by number 19, Darius Jones. Gets up right around past the 42-yard line of the Pointers. The Blue Golds have now reached the Pointers side of the field and pick up another first down in this drive.
Blue Golds are doing a good job of moving the ball here on passing. The run game, as mentioned earlier, may be something they need to work on and adjust to, but the passing game looks good so far.
So far, good for Johnson on the day as he takes the snap on this one. Tried to dump it out to Jones again, but it was knocked down by the line of scrimmage by Felix King once again.
Making a play is Felix King. He looks to be having a good game so far, only with 12:19 remaining in the first quarter. We'll see how the Pointers secondary fares, as they had 3 turnovers against UW-Whitewater. Obviously, the 38 points given up to Stout not looking too good.
Johnson again behind center. Takes the snap and hands it off made a quick handoff to number 22, Braden O'Loughlin, the wide receiver. Little run around and option play. Gets them close to a first down, but not enough. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 right here from the Pointers, 36.
Felix King with that tackle. Again, we've mentioned his name so far early in this game a lot, being involved on 3 plays. Looks to be having a good game. We'll see if he can continue and lead this Pointers defense.
So 3rd down and 1. Johnson behind center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Bulls. Bulls will go on the outside. Gains a couple yards and more, and he gets the first down, sliding outside the 20-yard line out of bounds. And the Blue Golds offense continues to roll here on their first offensive drive of the game.
A good run there by Bulls, getting a first down and then some, getting close to red zone territory. We'll see how the Pointers can take advantage, or the Blue Golds can take advantage here early, maybe get themselves a lead.
Johnson taking the snap and then once again handing it off on the outside to O'Loughlin, but he's not going to go anywhere on that one. He'll go approximately back for a couple of yards, and ball's still around the Pointers' 30-yard line. A 2-yard loss on that carry.
Pointers' run defense looks to be having a decent game so far. Passing game for the Blue Golds is what's been moving this ball downfield.
Johnson again under center. Snap or handoff again the Bulls, and once again he'll go nowhere. Cameron Krasansky makes a nice stop right there on Bulls for another 2-yard loss, and another 3rd down right here coming up for the Blue Golds.
This is a big play, 3rd and 13 at the Blue Golds, looking to get a first down, keep the ball rolling. Pointers looking to get a stop. Blue Golds get this first down, they'll be inside Pointer the Pointers' red zone.
And the flakes are coming down even harder now as Johnson is alone by himself in the gun. He takes the snap, tries to find his man up the middle, and it goes off the fingertips of Alex Kaminsky. So that brings up now 4th down and 13 from the 30-yard line, and the Blue Gold's offense will just keep themselves.
Looks like they're going to stay on the field
I
here.
think in this conditions you can't really kick a field goal. It's you look at the wind especially, it's blowing up the opposite way, and it looks like they are going to send they're sending a couple new guys in there, but they're going to keep the offense on the field. So it's a long 4th down conversion coming up right here for UW-Eau Claire.
Someone on the Pointers defense needs to make a play.
Johnson taking the snap. He's under some serious pressure, and he goes down. What a sack right there by Berkeley Corvino, getting the Johnson right away, bringing him down on 4th down, and the Pointers will set up shop right around the 42-yard line, excuse me. Nice job right there by the Pointers defense, bringing down Johnson on that 4th down play. So Armansky now getting the start for the first offensive series for the Pointers now. He's under center, in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Jahai Stegall, or it could be Samaje Williams, excuse me.
I believe it's Samaje Williams.
That is Samaje Williams out there. He took the snap, takes the handoff only for a couple of yards on that carry, however. Only a 2-yard carry for Samaje Williams. And Armansky looking toward the sideline. He's getting some words of...
Getting some signals
from Max Harrell, the injured quarterback who started the last few games of the season last season for the Pointers. Armansky in the pistol. Dexter Williams in motion. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and the pass gets blocked. And Eau Claire saying they have the ball. And we have no signal yet. And it looks like it's going to be a blue gold ball on that play. It looks like Armansky tried the...
He was going for a screen pass there, and the ball was tipped up into the air and was juggled around by Armansky as he was on the ground, and it was scooped up by a blue gold player. It honestly looked like it was dropped to me and it hit the ground, but the referees seemed to say otherwise.
Yeah, and that was Sam Romansky who made the tip and recovery right there for the Blue Golds. So a early mistake by the Pointers gives the Blue Golds back their original field position before the 4th down turnover. So now Johnson back on the field as he lines up in the center, takes the snap and hands it off to Bowles, who only bowls his way up for about a 2 to 3 yard gain. Boy, right there, Jackson, that's got to be a kind of punch in the gut for the Pointers, especially on their opening drive, to just fumble away the football like that and give the Blue Golds back their field position and put themselves already on the Pointers side of the field.
Yeah, their defense gave them great field position getting that sack, and they're at, I think it was the 40-yard line-ish, and now they're back on defense.
So Johnson with the snap, hands it off again on the outside, the Bulls, and he goes again. Nowhere.
Losing yards.
Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll be taken down outside around the 26-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Blue Golds.
3rd and 11 here, another big play. Do you think if they don't get this first down, if you're the Blue Golds coaching staff, do you go for the field goal here, or do you again go for the 4th down conversion?
The wind is kind of blowing in their favor if they were to try a field goal, but it depends on if they convert on this or not, as Johnson takes the snap, jumps up and finds his man, and he coasts into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Golds. That was Darius Jones with the catch and run for the Blue Golds. They get on the board first off the Pointers fumble, and with 7:50 remaining here in the first quarter, the Blue Golds take a 6-0 lead. And they're going to try something interesting right here, Jackson. We'll just get lined up back.
What the heck?
Let's get back lined up for the extra point. And, the snap is botched, and it's still loose, and it's
recovered.
It doesn't matter who recovers it, as the extra point attempt is no good. So the Blue Golds get on the board first with a touchdown catch by Darius Jones, a 26-yard reception, but the Pointers able to keep the extra point off the board. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll come back, and we'll see the Pointers' second offensive drive. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
Don't have a television? Don't worry. SPTV is available on demand at uwsp.edu/sptv. Find your favorite shows on our website, plus links to all of our YouTube content. Stay up to date with SBTV news that includes information about campus and community happenings. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're SBTV-UWSP Television. SBTV. Let's make media together.
And welcome back in here into the Don Friday press box here at Goerke Field. Blue Golds scoring on their second offensive series with a 26-yard touchdown pass to Darius Jones from Josiah Johnson, but missed the extra point. Michael Wengen, Jackson Jurek here in the booth. Jackson, already kind of a swing of momentum right now in UW-Eau Claire's favor.
Yeah, they took advantage of a Urmanski interception there and gave themselves great field possession, a short field, being able to go down on a 26-yard touchdown pass on a 3rd and 11 play. So really a all-around good short drive for the Blue Golds, taking advantage of it, putting themselves on the board up 6-0 after the missed field goal attempt.
The kickoff by kicker Edgar Fick Anderson, and it is returned by Donovan Lucas, who takes it up along the sideline. He gets it around the 50-yard line, still in bounds, and then finally pushed out right past midfield. Nice return on that play by Donovan Lucas. It'll set up the shot for the Pointers offense right around midfield, and the Pointers will have a chance to redeem themselves after how bad their first offensive series went.
Second play of the game, and they had an interception, so hopefully they'll do better this time and take advantage of, again, good field possession here with a shorter field than what they would normally start with.
So Urmanski now in the pistol with Samaje Williams running up next to him. Two receivers up top, make it 3 now. Urmanski taking the snap. Looking, finds his man, Samaje Williams along. He'll get a nice gain right around the sideline. He'll be taken out of bounds right around the 40-yard line, but that's good enough for a Pointers first down. So the Pointers already with one first down so far here in the first quarter, as Urmanski waits for the snap. Samaje Williams right behind him in the backfield. Low snap and quick handoff to Samaje Williams. Will not go anywhere. In fact, it'll go back for a couple yards. He'll lose about 2-3 yards, maybe even 4 possibly on that carry. And that puts the Pointers again close in midfield, and we got a couple of trainers running on the field. It looks like there might be a player who's a little slow to get off the field, and it looks like that is the case, as number 56, Victor Martinelli, is being helped off the field by a couple trainers. So as we wait for him to get off the field, he does so safely, and we'll get back to the action on the field as Urmanski in the pistol with Samaje Williams next to him. Another little snap. He'll just have to keep him himself, and he'll only go about a yard or so.
Get back to the line of scrimmage. And
won't even get back to the line of scrimmage even. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 from the Blue Golds 47. Urmanski getting some signals from the sideline as he looks towards fellow backup quarterbacks. Urmanski making sure his line is set. 2 receivers up top, 2 down below him. Waiting for the snap. Urmanski looking, trying to scramble up. Trying to look for Samaje Williams with the back shoulder throw, but that will be no good. And it'll be 4th down, and the Pointers will be sending out their punting unit.
Back-to-back drives, Michael, where the Pointers weren't able to do anything even with good field possession. They did get 1 first down on a catch and run by Samaje Williams, but other than that, they really haven't had much going on so far in this first quarter.
So Carter Unger will punt things away for the Pointers here, as we have a bounce on the snap, but Unger gets it away. Bounces around the 25-yard line, and it'll bounce right around the 10-yard line. Nice punt right there by Unger despite the bad snap, and that'll put the Blue Golds back around their own 12-yard line. The Blue Golds scored on their last offensive drive on a 26-yard touchdown catch by Darius Jones. But here they start off back towards their own side of the field on their own 8-yard line.
Michael, this would be a big drive for the Blue Golds if they can put this one away here and get two-possession game here, as they missed their extra point. But as mentioned before, big drive coming up.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Blue Golds. Josiah Johnson under center. He hands it off to Bowles. He'll get his way up for about 4 or 5 yards. And again, on the backfield of, or on the feet of Bowles, I should say, the Blue Golds have been able to get more or less the same kind of results that they've had so far today on the running attack.
2nd and 6 coming up, 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Blue Golds have looked good so far. Defense doing a good job of not allowing the Pointers anything, and the offense doing a good job of controlling the ball.
Johnson under center once again. Sends a man in motion, takes the snap. Another quick handoff on the outside. It's taken up by Adair, and a nice fake handoff on the outside. It goes off to Adair. He gets about a 14-yard carry on that one, and or even more on that one, I should say. About a 20-yard carry. He'll bring it up to about the 34-yard line, and the Blue Golds pick up a 1st down. Johnson again, taking the snap. Scrambles to his right, under some pressure, and he goes down again. And once again, that looks like on this time it was Matt Piekarski making the sack on that one. But he had a little bit of help, though, on the outside from Berkeley Corvino as they bring down Johnson again for the 2nd time this game. So as we continue to wind down through the rest of the first quarter, Blue Golds have had control of the game so far. They lead 6-0. Johnson under center. Sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Another quick handoff up the middle. And the ball's out. Ball is loose. And the Pointers are saying they have it. No official signal yet. Still waiting for a signal. And it looks like UW-Eau Claire was able to get back on the ball. But a mistake right there by the Blue Golds almost turns in the favor of the Pointers. So Conrad Bowles recovers the fumble, though, for the Blue Golds, but it's 3rd down and 9 for UW-Eau Claire on their own 35-yard line.
Close play there, dangerous play. Pointers almost taking advantage of it, weren't able to do that. Now a big 3rd and 9 coming up.
Johnson, snap, throwing, looking toward the other side, and it's intercepted! Felix King off the tip makes the interception, and the Pointers get their first turnover of the game.
Felix King has been unreal so far in this first quarter. Almost had the fumble recovery there, and now he finally gets the interception. He has been amazing so far in this first quarter, being involved in almost every single play. The guy is just doing an amazing job.
And Felix King, a guy who we've mentioned several times today already here in the first quarter, comes up with a big play here on defense, and the Pointers back out on the field. So Ormansky sets up shop once again around the 45-yard line. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff to Shamaji Williams, and he'll just keep himself going down the field. He's looking for Jonte Webb, and he's got him!
What a catch by senior Jonte Webb. Holy moly, I think he just might have mossed him.
Jonte Webb, the player featured in today's program, makes the leaping catch right around the 10-yard line, and the Pointers are already looking at 1st and goal. What a play by Jonte Webb. So here comes the Pointers again. Ermansky in the pistol. Saw a little bit of movement right there from the UW-Eau Claire side, but nobody jumped. Ermansky continued to receive signals from the sideline as he lines up in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off, or fakes the handoff, takes it off himself, looking inside, and he'll gain about maybe 4 yards on that carry, but Ermansky faking the snap, or faking the handoff to Shamaje Williams, carries up himself for only a few yards.
Wow. UWSP just took advantage of that and went right downfield in the first play there. After the run by Ermansky, they're down inside the 5-yard line at their own or at the Blue Gold 4, excuse me. Pointers now carrying the momentum here.
2nd and goal now for UWSP on their own on the Blue Gold's 4-yard line. Ermansky, low snap, looking, finds this man up the middle, and it's caught. Touchdown, Jonte Webb. Pointers are on the board for the first time today on the 4-yard touchdown pass from Matt Ermansky to Jonte Webb.
It's Jonte Webb's 4th touchdown catch of the season. The Pointers are going to go for, nope, just kidding.
Then they'll try to do the extra point this time. They'll hopefully have an opportunity here to take a 1-point lead as they tried a little formation that UW-Eau Claire tried earlier on their extra point attempt. Victor Ponterio set to kick the extra point. Matt Ermansky the hold. Kick is up this time, and it is good. So the Pointers lead 7-6 here with 1:44 left in the first quarter, capitalizing off a Felix King interception. We'll take a commercial break. Pointers are leading 7-6. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
And welcome back here in the Goerke Field as the Pointers lead 7-6 over the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds on a 4-yard touchdown pass from Matt Ermansky, the senior Jonte Webb, Michael Wengen, and Jackson Jurek here for the call today. With 1:44 left here in the first quarter, the Pointers have a 1-point lead, but both teams have been able to get in the end zone today.
Yeah, it's been a crazy first quarter after seeing not much start and teams both drives. The Blue Golds took advantage of a short field scoring, and Pointers took advantage of an interception by Felix King going down and scoring.
Victor Ponterio set to kick it off for the Pointers. And a nice kick down the field. It will be fielded right around the 10-yard line by Adair. He'll take it up to about the 25-yard line, and that's only as far as he'll go. So Adair getting about 15-yard carry, 15-yard reception on the kickoff. And the Blue Golds are back to work after Josiah Johnson threw an interception on the last drive for UW-Eau Claire.
So far, we've seen some big plays from Matt Piekarski and Felix King, both of those guys getting the Pointers the ball back on the Blue Golds' last drive.
Johnson taking the snap, faking the quick pitch on the outside to Braden O'Laughlin. So he'll get about 3 yards on that. Cameron Krasansky with the tackle on that play. 2nd and 7 for the Blue Golds. $169 of you guys watching the game here on YouTube with us. Thanks for tuning into today's broadcast. Josiah Johnson lines up under center. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking down the field, scrambles to his right, trying to find somebody who have to carry it up himself, and he is forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and he's short of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. And we are just under a minute now in the first quarter, left in the first quarter.
This will be a big third down here for both sides of the ball. 41 seconds remaining, counting down. Pointers looking to get a stop. Blue Goals looking to get a first down.
Johnson alone in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Dumps it off on the outside there. Adair makes a nice catch and spin. And he'll get up right to around midfield, but that'll be good enough for a first down as Adair makes the reception in traffic and puts a nice move.
Made a great catch as Felix King was coming in for the tackle, getting past him for the first down. Now at almost midfield.
And I think the Blue Goats are just going to let this clock carry itself out or they may try to get one more play off here, and I don't think they will. And that is the whistle. That is the end of the first quarter. So we're through one quarter here at Goerke Field. Pointers and Blue Golds each have a score on the day. Pointers lead 7-6. We'll take a commercial break, but we'll be back with the second quarter. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
And welcome back here to Goerke Park as we get set here to start the second quarter. The Blue Goats take the snap. Johnson hands it off to Bulls, and Bulls will just only get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
First quarter stats for you. First downs, Eau Claire led that with 6 of them. UWSP had 2 of them. Rushing was led by Eau Claire as well, as they had 15 rushes for 37 yards. UWSP only had 4 rushes for 1 yard. Passing yards was led by Eau Claire, 75 with 54 for UWSP. So far we've seen Eau Claire really lead this game, but that doesn't say anything on the scoreboard.
It doesn't really say so, as Adair taking the handoff. And Adair has also been player very good for the Blue Golds, both on the ground and through the air, as he picks up another first down for UW-Eau Claire. Picked up about 13, 14 yards on that carry. And the Blue Golds wasting no time on trying to get this drive going. So 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of UW-Stevens Point. Johnson lining up under center. Takes the snap. Looking down the field. Going for the long ball, and it's incomplete. And there's a late flag. It looks like we're going to get a pass interference call on the Pointers. Boy, it looked like for a second right there it just was too high for receiver Alex Kaminsky, but instead it looks like the Pointers are going to get caught with pass interference, and that is the case. So the Blue Golds will move up another 10, 15 yards, and that'll put them around the 20 or 25-yard line. Boy, unfortunate break right there for the Pointers defense. It looked like the ball was just too high for the hands of Kaminsky, but instead the Pointers get caught with pass interference. So with the added field position, it brings up another first down for the Blue Golds. Johnson lines up under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Bowles again, and Bowles again will only gain a yard or 2 on that play.
We'll see if the Pointers defense can make a stop here and hold them to a field goal if they do attempt for one, but they are already at the 24-yard line, so they might just go for it on 4th if we get to that point.
An interesting note, too, like every time Bowles gets the handoff on 1st down, the Pointers always seem to be there to kind of get to him as he takes the handoff here again on 2nd down, and once again he'll only gain about a yard or two, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. So the Pointers have been very good on the first couple downs in trying to stop the running attack, but when it comes to 3rd and 4th down and trying to make those big stops, they have been less successful in that department. So 3rd and 8, you can hear the crowd getting a little bit louder now. And the flakes continue to come down here at Goerke Field. A little bit of snow, but nothing sticking yet. Hopefully that stays that way. Johnson taking the snap. Scrambles to his right, under some pressure. Trying to find his man, still goes to the corner in the end zone, and it is incomplete. Nowhere close to the intended target of Darius Jones. He was the intended target on that play. So it brings up 4th down and 8. And again, the Blue Golds are just going to keep their offense on the field right here. They're already in great field position on the only on the Pointers 25-yard line.
This will be a big play. This could be a big play for the Blue Golds, or it could be a big turnover for the Pointers here if they can force this turnover on downs.
UW-Eau Claire trailing by only 1 point. Johnson taking the snap, looking toward the middle, tries to get his man to Darius Jones, but it falls incomplete. Donovan Lucas was on the coverage right there. And for the 2nd time this game, the Pointers get a turnover on downs.
This would be a big drive. We'll see if Matt Hermanski can lead his team on this one. They're deep in their own territory, so Matt Hermanski needs to be the leader of this offense right now, carry his team, get a couple 1st downs, not have a 3-and-out here.
So the Pointers line up at the 23-yard line. Hermanski and Shamaje Williams in the backfield. Hermanski takes the snap. Handoff on the outside quickly to Shamaje Williams. He breaks off a tackle or two, and he gets up right to the 35-yard line, but that's good enough for a 12-yard carry and a Pointers 1st down. We've seen a little bit of Shamaje Williams here in the game for the Pointers in the backfield, but we haven't seen anything from Jahai Stegall yet. So Hermanski getting his lineman set, and he'll take the snap. Another handoff on the outside to Shamaje Williams, but this time he'll go nowhere. He'll probably get back to the line of scrimmage only, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Dexter Williams checks in out of the game. Another freshman running back here for the Pointers on this roster. Or Jeffrey Williams, excuse me. I was thinking of Dexter Williams, the former Green Bay Packers running back. Jeffrey Williams checks into the game for the Pointers.
Snowflakes are getting bigger here as they're blowing right into the press box.
Luckily, though, we have windows to keep the flakes out of us. Is Hermanski under some pressure. Has to try and scramble out of it, and he will go down. Hermanski was under some serious pressure. Eau Claire brought the blitz on that play. And Victor Martinelli was the one who took down Hermanski on that. So, Pointers now trying to capitalize off the Eau Claire turnover on downs, but currently face a 3rd and 13 from the 33-yard line. 10:47 left here in the 2nd quarter. Hermanski trying to get his guys set. Hermanski has Williams go in motion. Hermanski taking the snap. Dumps it on the outside to Jeffrey Williams. He gets his man. He makes a nice move on the outside. He's going to go down the field. He's at the 30, 20, 15, brought down around the 10-yard line, but a big play and a nice catch there by Jeffrey Williams moves the chains and puts the Pointers in the red zone.
A big play there for the Pointers taking it all the way down to the Blue Gold's 11-yard line. Now the Pointers need to execute this. That was on a 3rd and 13, so they're looking to take care of this ball inside the red zone and put some more points up, obviously not wanting to go for the field goal in these conditions.
Hermansky lining up under center. Nathan Schmidt in motion. Hermansky pitches it outside to Jeffrey Williams. He's going to carry it up right past the 10-yard line, up to the 5. And, yeah, that'll be good for about a 5-yard gain, but a nice pitch on the outside by Jeffrey Williams, or by Hermansky to Jeffrey Williams, who has made quite a contribution on this drive already. So it brings up 2nd and 4 for the Pointers.
Pointers trying to get a touchdown here. Matt Hermansky's going to line up in the shotgun.
Devin Baldridge, the tight end, goes now in motion, makes it 3 receivers up top. Hermansky with the snap, looking to Jeffrey Williams. He's wide open, and he's in for another Pointers touchdown. Matt Hermansky throws his 2nd touchdown pass of the day, and again, his 2nd 4-yard touchdown pass, this time on the outside to a wide open Jeffrey Williams, and the Pointers now lead at 13-6.
Jeffrey Williams, biggest contributor so far, as we've seen 2 big plays coming from Matt Hermansky, one to Jonte Webb and one to Jeffrey Williams.
And Victor Fontario will line up to kick the extra point, hold by Hermansky, and the kick is blocked. The extra point is blocked, and it's picked up by Eau Claire and by Martinelli, and he's taken down around the 20-yard line. So now the game remains a 13-6 contest now. So now a touchdown can change things up. Pointers now back on the board again. They lead 13-6. We'll take a commercial break. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Welcome back into the Don Friday press box here at Goerke Field, as the Pointers get back on the board with a 4-yard touchdown pass from Matt Hermansky to a wide-open Jeffrey Williams. But the extra point ended up being blocked, however, so this game remains a 13-6 contest. And we are only 9 minutes and 14 seconds away from the end of the first half, and Victor Pontario will get set to kick it off back to the Blue Golds. Deep kick by Pontario, and it goes back around the end zone, and Will Adair will just let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback, and the Blue Golds will set up shop at the 25.
Pointers are playing their type of football right now, going down on both of their drives and putting up big passes, big plays to get themselves scoring position and executing on both of their chances so far.
And the Blue Golds, while they did score the first touchdown of the game, have had some difficulties on their next few drives, as Johnson is in the backfield. He'll take the snap. Quick handoff to Bowles. And Bowles, again, will get about a yard or two.
Well, Michael, it's been an interesting first half so far. We didn't see much going on in the first quarter, but now the second quarter has been a lot more fun for these Pointers fans and players.
Yeah, the Pointers had a lot more fun on that last drive, too. You could definitely tell that they were moving the ball very well. And, of course, as well, it helps to have a big play like Jeffrey Williams that he did to get the Pointers into the red zone for them to get the touchdown that next play, as Johnson takes the snap, tried to get it up, and it was in the hands of Darius Jones there right around the 35-yard line. He would have had enough for a first down had he made the catch, but instead it falls out of his hands, incomplete, and the Blue Golds are looking at a 39 situation right here from their own 26. Will Adair checks back into the game. UW-Eau Claire needing to get back up to the line and get a playoff here as only 10 seconds are left on the play clock. 5 seconds. Johnson finally taking the snap. Finds his man up the middle. It's Adair. Makes a nice catch and a nice move. And he's brought down right around the 45-yard line. Big run and catch by Will Adair. Made a nice move on a Pointers defender. And a big play right there on third down moves the chains.
Pointers now need to, make a play. I think someone on their defense needs to step up, whether it's someone on their defensive line or someone in their secondary. Make a play here and cause these Blue Golds to get frustrated.
Pointers do have an interception on defense today. Johnson with the quick snap, but the quick handoff on the outside to Will Adair. And Adair with another big play on this drive. He'll carry it up on the outside for about a 12, 13-yard gain, but it's good enough for another UW-Eau Claire first down.
The sun's starting to peek out here at Goerke Field, making these conditions a little bit better to play in, but the flakes are still falling.
Only in November in Wisconsin can be so unpredictable, Jackson. We've had snow. We got a little bit of sunlight now poking through, but we're having a football game, and we're seeing some good stuff right here. Johnson, quick pitch on the outside of the O'Laughlin. O'Laughlin will get about a 6-yard carry. And the Pointers, or the Blue Golds, is facing a second down on the Pointer side of the field from the 30-yard line. Johnson waiting for the snap, sends a man in motion. Quick handoff on the inside again to O'Laughlin. And he'll take it up, and I think he does get enough for the first down. So the chains keep moving. We have reached the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter, and the Blue Golds looking to drive for another score on the board and potentially tie this game up.
Blue Golds have done a nice job so far on this drive, moving the balls. They started at their own 25, and now they're at the Pointers 25, doing a good job running the ball on the outside part of the field.
Adair in motion. Johnson takes the snap. Had a quick handoff on the outside to Adair, and Adair will take it up for about 6 yards to about the Pointers 20-yard line. Adair has had no problem with the inside handoffs on the outside to gain about 6 or 7 yards a carry, and he does so on that play. He only gets about 4 yards on that carry, however. So 2nd and 6 for the Blue Golds on the Pointers 21. O'Laughlin in motion. Johnson hands it off to Bowles. Bowles is going to fight his way through. He'll take a hit or two as he goes down. And it looks like he's just short of the first down. It's going to make it 3rd and 2 for UW-Eau Claire. Blue Golds bring in some new substitutions, as do the Pointers. Sam Schaefer comes out for UWSP. Blue Golds have less than 10 seconds left on the play clock. They got to get a snap off here soon. Johnson hands it off to Bowles. And he'll fight, and we got a late flag coming in. But it looks like he did not, and we got a player down actually for UW-Eau Claire. We have a flag as well on the play. So Bowles, it looked like he was just short of the first down, and we have a injured Blue Gold player on the field. We'll just keep it right here, but we'll talk about the game so far right now, Jackson. UWSP right now, with only 5 minutes left here in the second quarter, trying to keep the Blue Golds out of the end zone for the second time today, and so far right now, they haven't been able to do much on this defensive drive.
Yeah, I think defensively this drive they've been a little shaky, but overall they've done a very good job making plays and making stops. Offensively, Matt Hermansky has made 2 big plays, one to Dante Webb, one to Jeremy Williams. So they look to, or Jeffrey Williams, excuse me, they look to continue that on offense. I think defensively, you know, maybe the Blue Goals will score here and the Pointers can go down and score within the next however much time is left on the clock, and then get the ball back and put up a touchdown right away to start the second half.
Yeah, and of course as well, the Pointers will start the second half out with the ball as they kicked off to start the game, and you know, of course it helps to have the ball to start off the second half, and of course UWSP, of course, trying to do all they can to make sure UW-Eau Claire stays off the end zone, and the medical staff, training staff, continues to help the injured player off the field, and he'll get some assistance as well from some of his teammates. Glad to see him get off the field, and again, we would never want to see anything like that, like an injury, happen to anybody out in the field. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on for you in the game. Currently, right now, we're at the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. Pointers leading 13-6, but the Blue Goats facing a 3rd and 9 right here from the Pointers' 24-yard line.
This would be a big play for the Blue Goals. They want to get the first down and don't have to force themselves to go for a 4th down play, not wanting to turn the ball over. That would not be what they want. Maybe get a touchdown here. There's some points on the board before the Pointers would get the ball back.
So Johnson takes a high snap, quick handoff on the outside of the Bulls, and he'll go nowhere. And he'll go only about a couple yards or so. And we should mention, too, on that last play, that flag was against UW-Eau Claire, so that backed him up 10 yards as well. So this brings up now 4th and 9, and with the Blue Goals on the 24-yard line, they'll just keep their offense out in the field and try to pick up the first down.
This will be a big play again for the Blue Golds. Back-to-back big plays here. Now they for sure need a first down, not wanting to turn the ball over to Matt Hermansky.
Johnson in the pistol takes the snap. Scrambles up, looking for a man down the corner of the end zone, and it's knocked down incomplete by Donovan Lucas, and there's a late flag that comes in, and it looks like the Pointers are once again going to get called for pass interference.
I don't know if it's going to be offensive pass interference. I think it might be defensive pass interference. We saw Donovan go for that play, and I think he might have been able to get it if he wasn't pulled down.
And it's offensive pass interference.
Offensive pass interference. Penalty declined, obviously.
Right, so that'll put the Blue Goals out of, that'll put out of them off the field, and that'll give the Pointers an opportunity to get back on the field and score before the end of the half, and they'll, again, as we mentioned before, they'll receive the second half kickoff. So having some momentum carried into the second half, along with starting out the second half on the high note, will be very great. So here comes the Pointers offense back out on the field. Hermansky and Shamaje Williams in the backfield. Hermansky with the snap. Hands it off again to Shamaje, and Shamaje Williams gets about a yard, 2 yards, maybe even 3 yards on that carry. Not much. Jeffrey Williams, the big man on that last Pointers offensive drive, checks back in the game.
Pointers need to put some points on the board here. I know Coach Breitbeck has emphasized how important it is to have these late quarter drives under 4 minutes here, and we'll see if they can execute that.
So Hermansky sends Williams in motion. He takes the snap. Looking for Jonte Webb. Diving catch is incomplete. It looks like the ball hit the ground before Webb pulled it in himself. But the sliding effort by Jonte Webb is no good. And it brings up 3rd and 8 for UWSP.
big 3rd and 8 conversion here for the Pointers. I don't think they would go for it, obviously. Probably not a good idea, but you never know.
Hermansky, low snap. Looking towards the middle, again towards Webb, and it's caught. Jonte Webb makes the reception, but is it enough for our Pointers first down? But we got a flag on the field, and it's going to be a holding call on the Pointers. So that negates that catch, and it makes it 3rd and long for UWSP.
That really hurts the Pointers that they had the first down with 3:09 remaining. They would have been able to get down towards the 30, almost a 40-yard line of their own 40. So we'll see what they can do now as a 3rd and 18 coming up.
I wouldn't be surprised here if UWSP just runs a draw play and picks up a few yards with only under 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Hermansky waiting for the snap. He'll take it. He'll try to take it up himself. Breaks off one man, still loose, or still trying to fight his way up, but he's going to be met by a couple Blue Gold's defenders, and he'll be taken down right around the 25-yard line. Got back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's no good for UWSP as it will send out their punting unit with about 2:25 left here in the second quarter. So Carter Unger will punt it away again for the Pointers. Will Adair will be back to receive for UW-Eau Claire. Good snap and good kick by Unger as Adair fields it around the 30-yard line, makes a move on Donovan Lucas, and he'll take it up for only about 12 yards or so. He'll take it up to the Blue Gold's 40-yard line, and with just 2 minutes left here in the second quarter, the Blue Golds will have to play a little 2-minute drill here and get some points on the board before going into halftime.
This will be a good 2-minute drive test for both sides of the ball, see if they are able to do anything. Obviously, the Blue Golds want to go down and get a touchdown, tie this thing up, and if you're the Pointers, maybe get a turnover to start off this drive, give your team some good field position. Maybe they can get some more points on the board.
So Johnson and the rest of the Blue Golds offense ready for the 2-minute drill. Johnson under center. He'll take the snap, hand it off on the outside, the Bulls, and Bulls gets wrapped up for a free 3-4-yard loss. Looks like that was James Thompson making the tackle on that play. Or Javion Downey, made the tackle for Stevens Point. So the clock continues to run here, and the Blue Golds trying to get set on the line. Johnson alone in the pistol. Johnson looks, finds a man. He's got Darius Jones. That's good for 7 yards. And we're going to get a timeout right here. It looks like UW-Eau Claire is going to stop the clock and take a timeout right here. We'll take a quick timeout as well. When we come back, Pointers and the Blue Golds will finish out the first half. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
And welcome back here to Goerke Park for the final minute and 16 of the first half. Blue Golds taking a timeout here as they face a 3rd and 6 from the 45-yard line. Blue Golds looking to get a score on the board before going into halftime. Johnson in the pistol. Bulls next to him. Johnson takes the snap. Got under some pressure. Has to scramble up, and he will. And he gets tackled right past midfield, but it is enough for a.
It's not enough.
It's
for
not
a first
enough.
Down. It's
we
fourth
saw,
down.
and we got an injured pointer on the field as well. So that'll stop the clock here momentarily, and the Blue Golds looking like they were not able to pick up the first down. They'll stay right there, right at the 48-yard line. And as we see the trainers coming out to assist the injured player off the field, good sight to see. He'll be taken back to the tent, though. Looks like that's Jonte Webb, possibly. Or, no, excuse me, Jonte Webb. Jonte Webb's on offense. Looks like that's number 95, Logan Strang, coming off the field. And, yeah, he's holding his wrist. So he'll get checked out in the tent there. We'll hope he's okay. But as we come back out now for 4th down and 1. So big conversion coming up right here for UW-Eau Claire. So 4th and 1. Or instead, it looks like UW-Eau Claire is going to send the punting unit out. Yes, they wouldn't want to risk anything. And punt by Edgar Fick Anderson. Bounces right around the 25-yard line. Takes another bounce right to about the 10-yard line. And it looks like Felix King was almost knocked into it by a Blue Gold's defender. And it's still Stevens Point's ball for the final 41 seconds. I can imagine, Jackson, they might just take a knee and just take this game into the locker room for halftime, as they'll start out the second half anyway with the ball. But who knows? They might try a play or two.
Yeah, I don't see the Pointers with the lead here trying to do something too special or cause them to get a turnover. But
Eau Claire could use a timeout or two as well, but I don't see that. But it looks like they will run a play. He takes the snap, and he hands it off on the outside to Shamaje Williams, still racing, tiptoeing along the sideline. He's out right around the 40-yard line. Big carry by Shamaje Williams puts them in the 40-yard line, and with all three
changes a lot of things here, Michael.
And
35 seconds left with 3 timeouts.
Yeah, as Jackson said, they have all 3 timeouts left. They could just do their very best to get in the field goal range at the very least, and we're going to get possibly a timeout here.
He ran out of bounds, so I don't know.
Maybe trying to figure out the position of the ball.
There should be 35 seconds left on the clock.
And I think that's what they're trying to communicate to the scoreboard operators about how much time is left on the clock. So 34 seconds left. Ermansky taking the snap. Handoff on the outside to Shamaje Williams, but he will go nowhere. And I can imagine Breitbach right here, he will indeed use a timeout. Boy, Jackson, I didn't think on that first play right there that the Pointers would carry off a big play or mark off a big play like that, and instead Shamaje Williams brings them out to about the 35, 40-yard line. This does change things a little bit. They still have just about 20 seconds left in the game to potentially even just get in the field goal range at the very least or try a Hail Mary down the field. But, you know, Breitbach is going to play aggressive right here, and he's definitely got that advantage now with that big carry with Shamaje Williams' run.
Yeah, I think they have the opportunity to take advantage of that big play by Shamaje Williams and hopefully put some points up on the board here, but we'll see what they do.
We will see what they do here indeed as the offense trots back out on the field. And 2 timeouts now on both sides. So Ermansky waiting for the snap. Shamaje Williams behind him in the backfield. Takes it, fakes it on the outside. It's a runaround. And still tiptoeing along the sidelines and out of bounds finally is Markel Outlaw. Or Josh Oseski, excuse me. We have 2 number 3s in the program. So Josh Oseski with a nice carry run around there on the outside. He brings it out of bounds as well to about the 40-yard line on the blue gold side of the field. Stops the clock at 21 seconds. So
big play there for the Pointers now. 2 big run plays with 21 seconds left here. Matt Ermansky looking to bring his team some more points on the board here.
Ermansky snap, and we got a flag. It looks like we're going to get a false
start on the Pointers.
Somebody jumped the line too quickly. And it might be on... Could be on
like Jalen Burks.
Jalen Burks, I saw signaled, and he was kind of upset about it. And he's kind of like saying it wasn't really me or I didn't really move. So I'm So the false start penalty called on Jalen Burks.
Players say that all the time, but I saw a little jump there from up here. So Jalen Burks just got to calm down. 20 seconds left. Make the plays.
And speaking of plays, the Pointers waiting for the scoreboard to get set so they can run off this next play. Sarmansky with Shamaje Williams to his right in the pistol. Snap. Scrambling. Under some pressure, has to dump it out, and it's tipped up, and it's still caught by Shamaje Williams. Shamaje Williams with a nice effort to stick with the ball. It went off his fingertips for a brief moment. He hauls it in, but I imagine the Pointers here have to take a timeout, and that's what they will do. They'll take a timeout here with 13 seconds left, but kind of the play that the Pointers didn't want to see happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Pointers here, just run a simple out route for somebody and maybe gain some more yards, so then that way when you take your shot downfield, you only got 13 seconds left. They can just maybe make that play a little bit safer and not have a toss-up for a 50-50 ball. Have someone open in the end zone here.
It would be ideal to get somebody open down the field and into the end zone potentially for a final Hail Mary to close out Hail Mary to close out the end of the half. But right now the Pointers with only I believe as we continue to see the scoreboard being reset, about 13 seconds left on the Pointers or on the Blue Gold's 45-yard line, excuse me. And the clock is continuing to run. I think the scoreboard officials have to reset here first as the clock is running down all the way to 0, but obviously we just had a timeout, so the clock should be back to 13 seconds, and it is back to 13. So it looks like Hermansky is in the gun, takes the snap, rolling to his right, looking down the field, rainbows a ball down the sideline, and it's caught! And it's ruled complete. Jonte Webb, what a beautiful catch on the sideline by Jonte Webb, the senior, and with 6 seconds left,
Jonte Webb has had 2 catches where he mossed the blue gold defender. The first one was on the other side of the field, completely went over him. This one goes over him for a great catch, getting his right foot in bounds at the 18-yard line they're going to mark him at. A great catch. 6 seconds left here. Pointers trying to get another touchdown here in the second quarter.
And the Pointers will call their final timeout here. 6 seconds remaining. Wow, that was a great play. You scramble on the outside by Hermansky, and yeah, I agree, Jackson. Like, Jackson showed me a message right here from a friend of his watching our live stream today that Jonte made a heck of a catch right there on the sideline. You know what? He's right. Speaking of the live stream, we have 197 folks here watching the live stream here today. Thank you again for tuning into today's broadcast. Still have a whole another half of football left to be played, but we're hopefully in for an exciting finish here to this one as the Pointers will look to get a touchdown here on the board with possibly the last play of the first half here. Hermansky with the snap, looking toward the end zone. He's looking for and it's off the hands of Sonny Sakay, but he had an opportunity to bring that one in the end zone, and with only 2 seconds left, the Pointers will just send out the field goal unit and try to get 3 points on the board instead.
I think they should go for it. Why not? You want to show that you're the top dog here. Just go for it, What's the worst that could happen?
You get the ball to start out the second half.
Exactly.
So Victor Fontario lines up for what will be a 35-yard field goal. Hermansky will be the holder. Snap, kick is up, and it is good. Hermansky connects on the 35-yard field goal, and the Pointers now have a 10-point lead going into halftime. They lead UW-Eau Claire 16-6. So the Pointers and Blue Goats head into halftime, and we're going to do the same as well. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll recap what happened in the first half and then preview what will happen or what needs to happen in the second half. You're watching Pointers football on SBTV.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader, and I think that was something I had the capability of doing, and forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out into community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and The Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different, and they have their own unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make, and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class, and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things, and I love it every day.
And welcome back here into the press box here at Goerke Field. We are just nearing the end of halftime between the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds and the UWSP Pointers. Pointers lead 16-6 and are set to receive the second half kickoff. Michael Wengen here alongside with me, Jackson Jurek. Jackson, what a first half of football we saw up here today.
Yeah, great first half of football. I think we saw here 16-6 on the scoreboard. The Blue Golds went and scored first on an interception by their defense, giving them great field possession and them taking advantage of that on a 3rd and 11, 26-yard touchdown pass. So I think they came out hot, and I think they need to do that if they want to be in this game. Obviously, their defense is going to have to make a good stop to start it off. On the Pointer side of the ball, their defense has done a great job holding the Blue Golds to only 6 points in the first half, and their offense has actually put up points so far in this game, scoring 16 with 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They had a miss. Both teams had a miss extra point. So I think the biggest thing for the Pointers is just to continue to put points up on the board, keeping the Blue Golds out of reach.
Yeah, and as you take a look on your screen for the halftime report, the Pointers with 143 passing yards, while the Blue Golds have 111 on their side. And the rushing side of things, it's pretty close between these two teams. Eau Claire with 85 yards rushing on the ground, and UWSP has 74. And in the turnover battle, each team is split, with both teams having a turnover on the day. Jackson, we saw a great first half between these two teams, but what needs to happen in the second half for the Pointers in order to maintain their lead and also keep the momentum rolling?
Well, I think they just need to continue to keep playing their style of football like they did in the first half. They did a good job of that, and if they want to keep that momentum rolling, they just got to continue to do that. We'll see if they have the capability of doing that. We'll just see if they continue to do that, or if the Blue Golds can turn this thing around and make this game a game.
Yeah, and of course, you have to mention too, Matt Ermansky having a pretty solid day today right now for the Pointers. 7 of 11 for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. Does have an interception on the day, but however has been very solid through the air when he has been. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Josiah Johnson, the quarterback for UW-Eau Claire, 7 of 14 for 111 yards, passing, 1 touchdown, and an interception as well. Receiving, it's been a tale of 2 different stories as Jonte Webb leads the Pointers with receptions. In yards receiving, 68 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Jeffrey Williams has the other Pointer touchdown with 61 reception yards. Meanwhile, Will Adair has been the man through the air for the Blue Golds with 65 yards receiving. So the scoreboard now has ticked off to 0 and now reset back to 15 minutes. We're set to kick off here the second half. The Blue Golds come out here and they will get things started for us. Edgar Fick Anderson will kick things off for the Pointers, or the Blue Golds, excuse me. They'll kick it off to the Pointers. Back to receive is Donovan Lucas. So here we go as we get set to start the second half of football here at Goerke Field. Fick Anderson lines up. And the run up and the boot. Lucas will field this ball right around the 15-yard line. He'll take it up the middle around the 30-yard line. Has some room to run a little bit more. Has a couple guys wrapped up around him, and he's taken down right past the 40-yard line. Good field position and a good starting spot for UWSP on their first offensive series for the second half.
Well, Matt Ermansky's going to lead his team onto the field here, and he needs to continue to do what he did in the first half, mainly the second quarter, and just lead his team and make some big plays when they need to be made, but just play good football.
Pointers closed out the first half with a 35-yard Victor Pronterio field goal, and they're looking to get started here as Ermansky pitches the snap to Jamaje Williams, and he'll only carry it for a couple yards or so, takes it out of bounds right past the 42-yard line.
I think the biggest thing for the Pointers is to be able to get the run game going a little bit more, so then that way they can take more shots downfield. We only saw 2 shots downfield, and it worked for the Pointers. So I think if they want to continue to do that and spread this game out more, they just need to get the run game going a little bit more.
One receiver up top, one at the bottom of your screen. Hermansky taking the snap. Looks, finds Jeffrey Williams, and he goes out of bounds right near the sideline, around the 45-yard line, past the 45-yard line, for about a 3-4 yard reception. And it's about a third, brings up a 3rd and 5 now as the Pointers look to inch past midfield. So Hermansky with both Williams behind him. Jeffrey Williams now in motion. Snap to Hermansky. Scrambles under some pressure. Has to find somebody. He looks towards Shamaje Williams toward the sideline, but it is overthrown. And the Pointers will have to look. They will. Looks like they were going to have the offense remain out there for a moment, but instead they will bring out the special teams unit, and Carter Unger will come out and punt for the first time in the second half.
Well, not a first good drive for the Pointers. I think they needed to really, they only got 6 yards there, 5 yards actually. So I think they didn't do a good job of, doing what they needed to do, make some plays and change some things up. But we'll see how this defensive drive goes.
Nice punt downfield by Unger. Takes a bounce right past the 15, and it bounces right to about the 6-7 yard line. Nice job and a nice punt on the day by Carter Unger. He's been very solid today, getting the ball down the field and putting the Blue Golds deep in their own territory. So the Blue Golds now trot out on the field for their first offensive series. Josiah Johnson will get back out there, ready to lead the Blue Golds and get themselves back into this game as they trail by 10 points here with a 16-6 advantage for the Pointers. So Johnson lines up under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to Bowles. He goes up on the outside, cuts to the left, and he'll be forced out right around the 20-yard line, but it's a good enough for a Blue Golds first down. Moves the chains up to the 18-yard line.
I think the Pointers defense needs to take care of their offense here, and what I mean by that is help out their offense. Obviously, their offense didn't do much on their first drive of the second half, and the defense needs to pick it up and maybe stop them on this drive right here in this three downs. Defense
is putting in a lot of work as Bowles takes the handoff from Johnson, and once again he'll cut it outside to his left, and he'll gain about 5 or 6 yards on that carry. 6 yards, it looks like, 2nd and 4.
This will be a big play. I know you talk a lot about all the time there's big plays, but this drive, obviously the Pointers didn't get anything. This drive is important for the Pointers to keep this a 10-point game and not let it get past a 1 or 2 possession game.
Johnson, again, with another handoff to Bowles. Bowles his way through for another few yards, but he is short of the first down, and it's going to be 3rd and 1, for UW-Eau Claire. So UW-Eau Claire facing 3rd down out here on their own 27-yard line. 12:15 here left in the third quarter. Pointers already with their first offensive series went 3 and out. Blue Golds looking to stay on the field. Johnson. Another quick handoff to Bowles, and he'll easily pick up through the first down. And we waited for a brief moment, and they do move the chains indeed. So the Blue Golds pick up the first down and keeps that Pointers defense on the field for the time being. So now back to the line goes the Eau Claire offense. Johnson Waiting for the snap, sends Jones in motion. Takes the snap. Quick handoff. Again, the Bulls. He's got an open field, open spot, able to get through and power his way up for more. Taking it down right past up midfield. A big carry right there by Bulls. Found a gap that he got through and picks up about a 22-yard gain or so on that play. And the Blue Golds, again, looking very good so far on their first offensive series. Line shift for the Blue Golds now as Adair in motion. And now Adair bobbles the handoff, but he still catches it in midair. And scary situation right there for the Blue Golds. Ends up gaining for positive yards as Adair was able to take it up outside for 7 yards or so on the carry. And the Blue Golds offense trying to avoid making a big mistake right here.
Yeah, they got lucky right there in being able to take care of that football. The run game for the Blue Golds this drive has been moving them very well so far, all the way down into Pointer territory.
O'Laughlin now the one in motion, and Bowles again with the handoff. And he is wrapped up in a whole swarm of Pointers and Blue Golds just trying to fight for yards. So another third down situation right here coming up for UW-Eau Claire. They converted on their last third down situation, and now right here, past midfield in the Pointers territory now, look to get the 2 yards necessary to keep the drive going. So a receiver down to the bottom of your screen, one up top. Snap to Bowles. Bowles picks up the first down and does so only for a couple yards on the carry, but just enough for another Blue Golds first down. And UW-Eau Claire continuing to keep this Pointers defense on the field and tire them out.
Bowles has really been the worker so far on this drive, doing a great job of keeping this drive going even on these third downs.
And a flag right here. It looks like we're going to get a false start. So it is indeed a false start. That'll back up Eau Claire 5 yards. But still first down for the Blue Golds. So UW-Eau Claire breaking from the huddle now with the 1st and 15 situation from the Pointers 42-yard line. Johnson now in the pistol. Snap. Finds a man up the middle, but unable to make the catch. That's Killy Kitzman, the tight end here on this Blue Golds roster. So second down situation right now for the Blue Golds. Now up to the line go the Blue Golds. Johnson takes the snap. Hand off to Bowles. Big hole through the middle, but gets brought down right around the 35-yard line. That'll be good for about a 7-yard carry. And it's now 3rd and 8. So the Blue Golds with a long first down situation right here. Now looking at 3rd and 8 right here on the Pointers 35-yard line. Not necessarily in field goal range, but near that. Johnson gets his line set on the other side. Sends O'Laughlin in motion. Quick inside handoff on the outside of O'Laughlin. He'll take it, but he's not going to get enough for the first down. He's brought down out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. And it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Blue Goats on the 30-yard line, and they're going to keep their offense on the field. The Blue Goats have had not so much luck on fourth down conversions here today. In the first half, they failed to convert twice on fourth down so far. So now, here with their first fourth down situation here in the third quarter, they're looking to get 3 yards. Snap to Johnson. Looking up towards the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for a dare on that play, and it was just nice coverage right there on the play by Jawan Downing. And for the third time today, UW-Eau Claire has a turnover on downs. So the Pointers offense will get back out on the field as we are halfway now through the third quarter, and the score remains 16-6 in favor of the Pointers.
Pointers defense has really held their own today so far in this game. They've done a great job.
After struggling on that first drive of the game, the Pointers defense seems to have kind of found its rhythm a little bit. Ermansky with both Jeffrey and Shamaji Williams next to him. Hands it off on the outside, and it goes to Jeffrey Williams. Big carry on the outside for Williams. He picks up a first down. Williams has had quite a day already today. He had a big play there in the second quarter, and then eventually capped it off that drive with a 4-yard touchdown catch, and now makes another big play right there on the outside. So 2nd and 2 now for Stevens Point. Jeffrey Williams goes into motion. A delayed handoff to Shamaje Williams, and he tries to fight his way for the first down, but he's just going to be just short. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 1 situation. Pointers offense looking toward the sideline for signals. You got Max Harrow and Brandon Stoger, the 2 backup quarterbacks on this team, as well as Coy Coffey as well, shouting towards the sideline. Ermansky. Low snap. Quick handoff on the outside to Jeffrey Williams. He's got the first down and brought down right at the 45-yard line. And the Pointers able to stay in business right here. So the Pointers now with a whole new set of downs. Continue at the 45-yard line. Quick movement on the other side of the ball by UW-Eau Claire. But no movement from the ball yet as Ermansky continues to look toward the sideline.
Missed opportunity right there by Matt Ermansky for a free play.
Could have had something down the field, but instead Ermansky has to get the play off, and we're going to get a delay of game here as Ermansky was not able to get the play off in time. Or never mind, it looks like Greg Breitbach decided to not take the 5-yard penalty and instead calls a timeout right here with 5:58 left in the third quarter. Pointers offense driving down the field. They lead 16-6. We'll take a commercial break. You're watching Pointers football on SPTV.
This UWSP Sports broadcast is brought to you by SPTV. Let's make media together.
You can't go and work for a software company that's quite like this.
With programming, you see this concept become a reality. And I think that's really rewarding.
When people first come in, they immediately realize they are a part of the family.
They really care that people are happy here.
You're going to find that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look forward to coming to work. We've got a core of individuals that are going to reach a lot of new heights.
We're growing fast and always hiring. Apply today at skyward.com/careers.
And back here in Stevens Point, UWSP with the new set of downs here from the 44-yard line. Ermansky with the snap, looking towards the middle, and it's a juggling catch, incomplete. He was looking for Josh Shizeski, but man, had Shizeski pulled that one in, he was looking at 6 points right there, beat the coverage, and was wide open right down the middle of the field.
That right there is not what the Pointers needed. That was 6 points easily as he beat, like you said, the coverage, and he was gone.
So despite the drop, the Pointers still near midfield as they send two in motion. Ermansky with Shamaje Williams behind him in the backfield. And flag on the field, and looks like a Pointer jumped too quickly. And that's going to back him up 5 yards.
Looks like it's Jalen Burks again.
And you can see the UW-Eau Claire bench trying to get into Jalen Burks' head. Getting all hyped up and stuff like that. Jalen Burks is a senior on this team. He knows UW-Eau Claire very well, having been with this program for all throughout his time here at UWSP. So they're trying to get in his head a little bit, but the Pointers' offense so far not fazed by UW-Eau Claire. Ermansky in the pistol formation. Snap. Looking down the field. He's looking for a man. He's got Jonte Webb. He makes the catch at the 35, and he's going to be dragged back to about the 40-yard line, but I think they're going to give him the forward progress. And Jonte Webb with another big reception on the day moves that Pointers offense further down the field in the blue-gold territory.
Well, big catch by Jonte Webb. He's had a great game so far, hauling in a touchdown pass and two big catches right now. He's been so far the man that Ermansky has gone to the most.
And Ermansky is going to continue to look for Jonte Webb later on in this game as he just fakes the handoff for a second there, but instead it goes to Shamaje Williams, and just only a yard or two carry. Might not even gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but Pointers offense trying to take it easy and set up the run a little bit, and if you set up the run a little bit, then you can set up the passing game, and I think that's what the Pointers have done so far here on this drive, is create a good enough running games to where they can get the passing game opened up. Ermansky waiting for the snap. Takes it, fakes on the outside. Looking toward the sideline for Krzyzewski, and it's way overthrown, not even close. He was looking for Krzyzewski again, who had that big drop down the middle earlier in the drive. But now it is a 3rd and 9 situation for UWSP on the Blue Gold's 32-yard line.
Big play for the Pointers here, wanting to get some points on the board and open this game up a little bit. Have not been able to do that yet so far today, as it's only been a 10-point lead, no more than that, although they were down 6-0.
A 6-0 lead quickly turned into a 16-6 lead for UWSP as Ermansky waits for the snap on 3rd and 9. Looking down the field, finds a man up the middle, and it's incomplete. Overthrown. He was looking once again for his favorite target, Jonte Webb. Incomplete pass, and that brings up a 4th down situation, and the Pointers offense remains on the field for the time being.
Now that play almost looked similar to the one where the Pointers were called for defensive pass interference, and no call there. Obviously that ball was a little bit more overthrown than the one on Eau Claire's side, but still something you got to look at and say, why aren't we getting that call if they're going to get that call?
Pass interference has been quite a controversial call here in all levels of football here this season. So 4th and 9, Ermansky takes the snap, looking down the field. He's looking for Devin Baldridge. He connects with him right at the 15-yard line. Devin Baldridge, his first reception on the day. It's good for 16 yards. And the Pointers offense moves now in the Blue Gold's red zone territory.
That's a big play, I think. That
big
just
play on 4th
creates
down.
More momentum, yes, especially on 4th down. That's a big conversion.
So Ermansky now in the pistol formation. Shamaje Williams goes in motion. He takes the snap. He's going to take it up himself, and he won't get anything on that one, as Ermansky, who has not carried the ball that much today, tried to do so on that play, and only gains about 2 on that carry.
to be a big drive here. The Pointers wanting to get a touchdown, really open this thing up, not wanting to settle for a field goal here.
And they're taking quite a bit of time off the clock. As Hermansky looks towards Jonte Webb, he's going to trot right into the end zone. Touchdown, Stevens Point. Jonte Webb with the 12-yard reception, his second touchdown catch of the day. Hermansky's third, and the Pointers make this a 22-6 ball game. And with just 3:25 left here in the third quarter, the Pointers with a nice job taking some time off the clock here as they get set to kick the extra point. Victor Ponterio looks to add another point. Hermansky with the hold. Snap, kick is blocked again. And once again, this will not matter as for the second time today, the extra point for UWSP is blocked. So the score will remain 22-6, but the Pointers back on the board. We'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, the Pointers.
A fan just got hit right in the face by one of our cheerleaders with a piece of candy. Absolutely drilled him without even knowing it was coming and just smoked him. I think it's Jalen Burks, his family. I don't know who it was, but it was pretty funny to me. Holy cow. We'll see you after our commercial break.
We'll keep it right here instead for this one. But that was, hopefully that fan's all right. Hopefully things are going, hopefully nobody has to go to the emergency room or anything like that. So
I don't think they're going to be going to the emergency room, but I think the fan jumped about 6 inches out of their seat.
I wonder what kind of candy was thrown, too. That's what I was wondering. Hopefully it was something good like Twix or Snickers or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the game on hand. As
Kit Kats
Victor
are better.
I guess that depends on whether or not you care for wafers in your candy. Anyway, enough about Entourage. Victor Fontario gets set to kick things back to the Blue Golds. Pointers with a 22-6 lead here with 3:25 left in the third quarter. Been a fun day so far on EWSP side of things, and so far up here in the booth as well, as Pontario kicks this ball away, and O'Laughlin will catch it right about the 18-yard line. He'll take a move up right along the sideline, and he'll get down to about the 37, 38-yard line, and that's where UW-Eau Claire will set up shop. We're still laughing up here about that that candy situation.
Hopefully the Pointers defense can take care of it.
Well, the Pointers defense has been quite sweet today, so another defensive stop right here, another defensive series where they can force the Blue Golds offense off the field would be great, as Johnson hands it off to Bowles, and Bowles will go nowhere.
They'll go right back to the run game, even though as that worked very well for them on the last drive they had. They marched right downfield, but weren't able, they kind of stalled out right as they got to the 30, 25-yard line of the Pointers. So we'll see if they can do the same on this drive. Maybe get down into Pointer territory and execute now.
And Johnson has not really looked so far towards the game through the air, the passing game through the air. Will Adair was the leading receiver for the Blue Golds in the first half, and Darius Jones also had a few catches of his own, but nothing yet from him yet, as Bowles takes the handoff from Johnson, and once again, he'll only gain about a yard or two. And immediately, right now, the Blue Golds face a third down situation here with just about 2.5 minutes gone by, or 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
It's been a good game on both sides of the ball. Rocky start for Matt Hermansky as he had that interception on the second play of the game. But ever since then, this Pointers team has really taken over, giving themselves a good lead here, 22-6.
Johnson in the pistol formation. They have to get a playoff with the play clock running down to 5, and they do. Johnson looking toward the sideline towards Darius Jones, but the ball is underthrown too low for Jones to reach out and make the catch. So it brings up a fourth down situation, the second consecutive fourth down situation for the Blue Golds on offense, and I think they'll just send out the punting unit on this one.
That they will, Michael, and I think this game only a minute 54 in the third quarter. Pointers trying to put this game away after this.
Edgar Fick Anderson with the punt down the field, and it's going to be fair caught right at the 18-yard line. Felix King had the backtrack a little bit just to make the catch, but he does so without any kind of issue from the Blue Gold's special teams, and the Pointers will have the next minute and 46 here in the third quarter to move down the field into a position for another score. And the Pointers right now don't have any intention of taking their foot off the gas pedal. Meanwhile, UW-Eau Claire looking for a big stop here or some way to get the ball back from UWSP. Hermansky needing to get a playoff here as the play clock winds down to 2-1, gets the playoff in time and hands it off to Shamaje Williams. Gets a nice hole up the middle and a little bit extra as he gets it right to the 30-yard line, and it's good enough for a first down, it looks like.
Going to be a yard
short, it looks like. He almost had enough for the first down, but did not see the chains moving, so therefore it does remain second down, but only a yard to go. Hermansky with Shamaje Williams to his left, Jeffrey Williams to his right. Quick inside snap to Jeffrey Williams. He picks up the first down on the outside and cuts back in for a few more yards as he brings it up to about the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. And we reached the final minute here of the third quarter. The Pointers with a couple of runs up the middle and able to move the ball. Hermansky with Shamaje Williams in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes that end around, and it went to Shamaje Williams only for a couple yards. And it looks like the Pointers probably will try to get one more play off before the end of the third quarter, as the play clock has more seconds on it than the game clock. And another flag on the field, possibly another false start by UWSP.
This one on Jalen Burks or someone different?
I don't hear any chirping at all from the UW-Eau Claire side, so not sure if Jalen Burks does have his hands up again. I'm not sure if he's upset about the issue, but the Blue Golds do let themselves. Oh, it's on the penalty. Never mind. It was on the other side of the ball. Might have been a movement on the other side by the Blue Golds.
Wow. Jalen Burks looked like he thought it was on himself, but it was not.
So 2nd and 4 now. UWSP will try to get and they do get the snap off right before the end of the third quarter. Shamaje Williams takes it up the middle, and he takes it right to about the marker. But that will be the end of the third quarter right here. The Pointers get a touchdown and increase their lead to 16. They lead 22-6. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action. This is Pointers football on SP TV.
Don't have a television? Don't worry. SPTV is available on demand at uwsp.edu/SPTV. Find your favorite shows on our website, plus links to all of our YouTube content. Stay up to date with SPTV news that includes information about campus and community happenings. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're SPTV-UWSP Television. SPTV. Let's make media together.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Goerke Park, as the Pointers continuing their second offensive drive of the game, or third offensive series of the second half, excuse me, and this time this carried by Hermansky does not go that far. Michael Wengen here with Jackson Jurek. Jackson, not as much action in the third quarter as we saw in the first half, but still the Pointers capitalized on an opportunity on a nice drive down the field and took some time off the clock.
Yeah, they Jonte Webb and Matt Hermansky have been very good together, combining for 108 yards when Hermansky throws to Jonte Webb 2 touchdowns with a 37-yard 37-yard pass as the longest between those two.
And they'll look to continue that connection throughout the game for the rest of the game as Hermansky tries under some pressure right away and has to throw it out and gets back up on his feet. He took quite a hit there, and it looks like he's all right, but incomplete pass brings up second down.
The Eau Claire coach
we
is
have a
just
flag on the play, actually.
Livid over there. Oh, it is intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. That's what I suspected it was. He was still in the pocket, and there was no receiver within the area. And we can hear it right in front of us, some of the fans' displeasure about the call. But the intentional grounding penalty will back up UWSP. So it's a second and long situation. I can imagine the Pointers trying to get back on the other side of the field, back where they were before, in any way that they can. Try and open up the passing game a little bit more. Hermansky looking down the field. He's trying to find Jonte Webb, and he's in traffic. Incomplete anyway. It was overthrown, but Jonte Webb running there down the field in triple coverage. But Hermansky and Jonte Webb have been a great duo today. So 3rd down and 21 for the Pointers on their own 35-yard line. Hermansky trying to get everyone set at the line as the play clock hits 10 seconds. Sends Jeffrey Williams in motion. Snap, and more movement on the line, and possibly back up the Pointers another 5 yards.
It'll be 3rd and 1,000,000, it feels like. So I don't know if the Pointers will be able to get this first down. If they do, it'll be a huge momentum swinger. It's probably just going to run the clock down as much as they can if they do get the first down.
The Pointers do have a 3-score lead right now as they lead 22-6 here in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 26 right here. A stop right here, or pretty much, yeah, a stop right here by UW-Eau Claire will give them the ball back and possibly change the momentum up a little bit. But UWSP looking toward the line. Play clock down to 5 seconds. 2, 1, and Hermansky takes the snap. He's going to roll out, make a move on the outside. He's going to dump it out on the outside to Jeffrey Williams. He makes a nice cut on the outside, and he'll only get back up to about the 42-yard line. So the Pointers offense able to pick up some yards on that play right there, but unfortunately brings up 4th down, and the punting unit comes right back out on the field.
Clock will wind down here as we reach the 13-minute mark with 13:47 remaining in the game.
So 4th and 14 brings out Carter Unger again. Will Adair back to receive for the Blue Golds. Nice punt downfield by Unger. Takes a bounce right around the 20-yard line, and it goes out right about the 17, 18-yard line. And that's where UW-Eau Claire will begin this drive.
Pointers defense looking to stop Eau Claire one more time, maybe two more times, depending on how their offense controls the ball. But they've done a great job so far in this game of stopping Eau Claire. Obviously, their touchdown was under the Eau Claire Blue Gold started under their own or under the Pointers 30-yard line. So their defense has been really good today.
Snap to Josiah Johnson here on first down, and a pass out to number 38. That's Nicholas Kudik. He makes the reception out there for about 8 yards and makes it second down. That was the first completion of the half right there for Josiah Johnson. He did not have any completions in the third quarter. That was his first of the second half. Johnson sends a couple men in motion. Sends Adair in motion. Fakes the handoff, and it goes on the outside to Adair. He's going to take it up past the marker for the first down and right around the 29-yard line. Adair has been quite effective today, right there taking the ball on the outside on the runaround, and picks up the first down right there for UW-Eau Claire. Flakes creeping back in here at Goerke Park as we see a couple out coming down again. Two receivers down at the bottom, one up top. Snap to Johnson. Looking, and it's tipped up and was in the hands momentarily of Cameron Krasansky. Krasansky had a chance to make a big interception right there in traffic, right there in the middle of the field, but fortunately bounces off his hands. But it brings up second down for UW-Eau Claire. So here comes Johnson back up to behind the line of scrimmage under center. Takes the snap, and another quick pitch on the outside to Will O'Dare again, excuse me. But he did not gain much on that one, only about a yard or so. And it brings up 3rd and 11 on the Blue Gold's 28-yard line.
Big play coming up here for the Pointers defense, 3rd and 11 for the Blue Golds. See if their defense can get a stop.
Two receivers up top. Laughlin in motion. Snap to Johnson. Looking, scrambling up, trying to find a man down towards the sideline. He was looking for Laughlin, and it's incomplete. Brings up another 4th down, and the UW-Eau Claire offense will remain on the field.
It does not look like their offense is going to stay on the field. The Pointers defense has forced the Blue Golds punt team to come out again here. Pointers defense, Michael, has been pretty darn good today. Doing a great job covering anything that's thrown.
High snap by over the head of Edgar Fick Anderson. He has to try and pick it up himself. Ball is still loose. He just kicks it out of the back of the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And we got a flag.
That'll be, what's the word I'm looking for?
That is quite a turn of events, but a high snap. That is a safety. That'll be 2 points, and UWSP will get the ball right back as well. So that means Edgar Fick Anderson will have to go back out there and punt the ball back to UWSP. So that makes the score 24-6 Pointers.
One heck of a kick, though, to get that ball out of bounds. I
think that was probably the smart thing to do in that situation.
Yeah,
otherwise, you're giving up a touchdown right there
Yeah.
if a Pointers defender comes in and falls on top of it in the end zone.
Just did the next best thing he could after the high snap, and good for the Pointers as they now go up 24-16.
And so now now with 11:22 left here in the fourth quarter, it's a 24-6 ball game in favor of the Pointers, as the Blue Golds will head back out on the field to punt the ball back to UWSP. Pointers sending out the return unit for the punt.
Looks like Donovan Lucas and Jonathan Fryer will go back to return the punt here.
And the Blue Golds getting set to punt it away here.
Into the wind, too. I don't expect this ball to go very far. Hopefully the Pointers can take advantage. It'd be really cool to see this get returned to the house.
So now Brad Gitch will punt the ball now for the Blue Golds. Punt bounces around the 45-yard line. Donovan Lucas bobbled it for a second, but Lucas has enough room and a great return and more. He's down around the side. He's going all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Donovan Lucas. So the Pointers get the safety, and now they get a touchdown on the punt return.
No flags on the play. This one is good. Donovan Lucas to the house.
And what do you know about that? All three facets of the game for UWSP make a contribution here today. The Pointers get a lucky break, a huge break with that safety, and now all of a sudden bring it in on the punt return for 6 points. And now Victor Fontario will end up for another extra point. He's had 2 blocked today already, or Carter Unger, will be taking the extra point. Victor Fontario had his 2 earlier in the day blocked, and this one is blocked as well. So make that 3 blocked extra points for UWSP. So the score now remains 30-6, but the Pointers have opened things up and have pretty much taken control of the game.
I'm happy I called that one.
We'll take a commercial break, and then we'll be back. This is Pointers Football on SBTV. And now the Pointers back out to kick the ball back to UW-Eau Claire. Victor Fontario now out to kick back to UW-Eau Claire. Off a punt return to the house by Donovan Lucas off the Blue Gold safety has made it a 30-6 lead. And as the ball falls over on the tee, we'll have to wait for Victor Fontario to get that set up again. And we'll take another try at it. Michael Wengen here for the call. Jackson Jurek alongside me. Been a great game so far for the UWSP Pointers as Fontario boots this one down the field, and it's going to be out of the back of the end zone, and a touchback will set up the Blue Golds at the 25-yard line. My, how much things have swung in the Pointers' favor.
Yeah, I mean, it was only 22-6, and it looked like the Blue Gold was going to get the ball back there, and now it's 30-6, and this game looks like it is far out of reach for the Blue Golds.
Still 11-10 left to play here in the fourth quarter, but the Pointers now with a 30-6 lead as Johnson takes the snap. Tries to go down the field, looking toward the sideline, and it is knocked down on the play by Jawan Downing. He was looking for, I believe that was O'Laughlin towards the sideline. And
O'Laughlin really knocked that down from
Jawan Downing.
Yeah, from Downing there, as Downing was going to go up for the ball, and O'Laughlin made the defensive play there.
Yeah, and of course, had O'Laughlin not made any kind of effort to knock that ball away, Downing possibly could have come up with another interception for the Pointers on the day. So 2nd and 10 for the Blue Golds on their 25 as Johnson takes the snap. He has to scramble out to his right, looking for a man down the sideline who'll have to take it up himself, and he'll be knocked out right around the 25-yard line. And he gets back up and trots back on the field. But now looks like it's a third down and 9 situation right here.
I think they'll be going for it either way.
I think they have to at this point. They're down this many scores late in the game. They have to find a way to get the ball down the field and score points as fast as they can. So Johnson on third down right here, alone in the pistol with Bowles next to him. Takes the snap, finds a man up the middle, and it goes off the hands of Darius Jones, and a penalty flag comes in late. And this one is going to be on the Pointers. You're going to see already Greg Breitbach is upset. Most likely it's going to be pass interference. And that is the case. So the Blue Goats will pick up a first down right here. And they'll catch a break.
Yeah, I really don't understand or see why that was pass interference. It just seemed like it was a good defensive play, overthrown and missed the catch.
And it went right off of the hands of Jones, too, as well. Jones was the one who had the complete control of bringing the ball into his body, but the Blue Golds instead capitalize with the pass interference call, and that brings them up to the 41-yard line for a whole new set of downs. Johnson takes the snap, scrambles up, and he's under pressure, and he goes down. Berkeley Corvino, and as well as Malik Smith, they make the effort to bring down Johnson together, but the Blue Golds back to the line of scrimmage immediately. Quick handoff to Bowles, and he won't go back to the line of scrimmage at all.
Matt Piekarski on that one. The Pointers are making plays as their their defensive line has made 2 huge plays, forcing it to be a 3rd and 17. Berkeley Corvino, Malik Smith, and Matt Piekarski. Pointers defense is stepping up.
They have been stepping up right here in D. Jackson. It's been a great day for the Pointers defense so far. But the Blue Goats offense looking to convert here on a long third down as Johnson gets the snap, scrambles out to his right, looking down the field, looking towards a man, and it's intercepted by Donovan Lucas. The second interception on the day for Johnson. He was looking for Joe Swanson from Family Guy apparently, the same Joe Swanson, but the Pointers come up with an interception. Donovan Lucas making another big play, had the long punt return for a touchdown, now makes an interception here on defense. And with 9:33 left here in the fourth quarter, the Pointers and their offense are back on the field.
Well, Michael, do you think they continue to go for it here, or do they just run the clock out?
Running the clock out, I think, is probably what you want to do. Get as much time off as you can. Have a decent drive, but find a way to really put the game down in the books. As Zermansky looks deep down the field, looking for Shizeski, and it was tipped up there for a moment, but unfortunately still overthrown as Shizeski was the man downfield that Ermansky was going to. A few times today we've seen Shizeski trying to make a play down the field, and unfortunately he has not been able to bring one in so far today. 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line, and the Pointers are trying to continue to play out the rest of the game as Ermansky takes a snap, gets hit as he throws, and it goes incomplete. Ermansky was under some serious pressure right there as he took a hit right there late, but unfortunately doesn't suffer anything drastic in terms of losing the ball. And we got a 3rd and 10 now for the Pointers.
Michael, I think the biggest thing here for the Pointers is just to keep this game going, and Matt Ermansky's just got to make a play here. Do something smart, simple, don't cause a turnover. Although this game's really out of reach, I think he just needs to play smart football.
The Blue Goats have done a great job of containing the run so far today against the Pointers, so that's why the Pointers are looking towards the air game as Hermansky finally connects with Krzyzewski, but he does not get the forward progress. And
yes, he
does.
Yes, what are you talking about? He's got the first down.
It looked like for a second he did not get the forward progress, but he does. And Krzyzewski picks up a first down for UWSP. And that keeps this drive going. The clock keeps ticking.
Pointers, big play there, moving this ball into blue gold territory.
And now the Pointers are past midfield as Hermansky fakes the snap on the outside, gives it to Krzyzewski again. And he'll go down along the sideline right around the 38-yard line.
Pointers just trying to run the clock out here. 8:27 remaining with a running clock.
Little movement movement right there past the line for UW-Eau Claire.
I don't believe that. Wow.
But
unreal right there.
No flag. And 5 seconds left in the play clock. Hermansky finally gets the play off. Just a quick handoff on the outside to Jeffrey Williams. And he gets burrowed out and he gets hit outside. And there's a late flag. It looks like he's going to. Jeffrey Williams took a hit there late after the play, out of bounds. And that may be what the Blue Golds are guilty of. As we see the officials discussing with the referee. And it is unnecessary roughness called on the Blue Golds.
So this play should be 10 more yards.
And that's what will happen as so
15. Wow.
So the Pointers move up now into the blue gold red zone as they set up this new set of downs at the 19-yard line. Hermansky with both Williamses in the backfield. Low snap. Tries to jump it up down the field. He's got Jeffrey Williams again in the end zone.
What
touchdown.
A catch.
Stevens Point. Jeffrey Williams with his second touchdown catch of the day off a floating pass in the corner of the end zone by Matt Hermansky. And the Pointers add another score. 36-6 lead here with 7:46 left in the fourth quarter.
Great throw, great catch. Jeffrey Williams having himself a day as well. Matt Hermansky looking like a great quarterback today.
Hermansky having a solid day so far right here, and Victor Fronterio comes out and what hopefully will be his first successful extra point attempt, and this time it is good. So now a 37-6 lead here as we are halfway through the fourth quarter. Pointers having a special day on offense here. They lead by 31. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with Pointers football on SPTV.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
A snowy, cold day here at Goerke Field, but the Pointers' spirits have been so hot as the Pointers add on another score and lead currently 37-6 here against UW-Eau Claire. Victor Ponterio will kick off back to UW-Eau Claire. And he sends the ball down the field. Will Adair fields it right at about the goal line, and that's where the Blue Golds will. They're gonna call that a touchback, and they're gonna put him at the 25 instead. So as we wait for the start here for the Blue Golds' next offensive series here in the fourth quarter. See a little bit more flakes coming down right now. Johnson fake handoff to Bowles, finds Adair, and he makes the catch for 7 yards. And we have another Pointers player down on the field.
Downing got hit hard.
It looks
there
like
by his
Jawan
own
Downing
teammate.
right there. Yeah, he took a hit right there, and he's on the ground. We got the medical trainers out to help him out as well. Right now, the Pointers hold a 37-6 lead over UW-Eau Claire. As next week we take a look at what's coming up for the Pointers the rest of the season. They have a road matchup next week when they travel down to Platteville to take on the Pioneers, and then they'll finish off the season right here at home for Senior Day on November 16th as they host UW-La Crosse. Meanwhile, UW-Eau Claire heads on the road next weekend to UW-La Crosse and then finishes out their regular season at home against UW Stout. As Bowles with a big run up the middle, taking the handoff from Johnson, able to cut it outside and gain about 15, 16 yards on that play. And the Blue Golds able to get it up towards midfield now. Johnson takes the snap, scrambles up, has to take it up himself, and he will gain about 5 yards on that play before he's brought down by several Pointers defenders. And UW-Eau Claire now in the hurry-up offense as we just passed the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Quick handoff on the outside. The Bulls, once again, he'll take it up along the sideline, and he gets hit, and a flag comes in, and it'll be another penalty for unnecessary roughness after the hit on the Bulls as he ran out of bounds.
He got smoked out of bounds. Holy moly, was that a big hit, but yes.
Bulls able to get up and walk it off, and the Pointers caught with the unnecessary roughness call. They give up 15 yards to the Blue Golds as the Blue Golds now move past midfield.
The wind blowing right into the home stands here at Goerke Field, causing the flakes to blow right into the faces of the Stevens Point fan base.
Johnson scrambles out to his right, looking for a man. He connects with Bowles again, and he takes another hit going out of bounds. And it looks like that was Sam Schaefer who made the hit on that play. But Bowles with another hit near the sideline. This time there is no call. And the Blue Golds continue on this drive here as the clock continues to wind.
Looks like the referees are having a discussion on if this ball was caught or not. I believe their initial... Oh, just kidding. They're determining what the clock should be.
Right, yeah. It looks like the clock was still going down even though Bowles went out of bounds. So 6:20 now on the game clock right here as the clock was continuing to wind down. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Bowles. And he gets up to about the 25, a little past the 25. But that'll set up 3rd down right here for UW-Eau Claire. And we passed 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Snap to Johnson, and the handoff once again to Bowles. Fights his way through, and the carry is good enough for another 1st down. And that brings him up to the 22-yard line of Stevens Point. Handoff quick to Bowles, and he gets nowhere. Cameron Krasansky right there to wrap him up and bring him back behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson waiting for the snap with Bowles behind him. Takes it and connects with a man along the sideline, and it's ruled complete. Nicholas Kudik making the reception along the sideline. Not much on that reception, however, as it now stands at 3rd down and 13. Johnson taking the snap under some pressure, gets out of it, looking toward the end zone, has a man open, and it's caught, and he's in for the end zone touchdown. Blue Golds. That was caught by Joe Swanson, the tight end. And the Blue Golds are on the board for the first time since the first quarter today.
Just a defensive breakdown by the Pointers. They're not really being able to do their job, and I think that's the reason the Blue Golds just went down, although obviously score now 37-12. We'll see if the extra point is good. The snap, the hold, kick is up.
And it goes off the upright. He doinked it, but we got a flag on the play, however. So the kick, the extra point, and a false start on UW-Eau Claire, so that negates the attempt, the retry attempt anyway. So bad day for extra points here at Goerke Field, as the score now is 37-12, Pointers lead. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with Pointers football here on SBTV.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Just under 5 minutes here left in the fourth quarter here at Goerke Field. The Blue Golds score for the first time since the first quarter on their first offensive possession, but still find themselves trailing 37-12 as they get set to kick back right here to Stevens Point.
We'll see if the Pointers decide to play smart football and just run the clock out, or if they want to.
And the onside kick by UW-Eau Claire ends up being recovered by the Pointers, as Sonny Sakay was able to get down on the ball, and the Pointers are past midfield already for this offensive series. So just under 5 minutes here at Goerke Field. Michael Wengen, Jackson Jurek here for the call. Jackson, quite a game so far for the Pointers. Spectacular day on offense so far, and a solid defensive showing as well for the UWSP defense.
Yeah, I think overall this game has been really good. I think the Pointers needed this game. Going to end their 3-game skid here, get a big conference win, so they've done a good job today.
And we have a quarterback change now, as Coy Coffey is now out on the field for the Pointers. Matt Hermansky's day is done. He had a solid day overall. We'll get his stats at the end of the game for you and how well he did today. But he had over 300, or he had at least almost 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns on the day. But Coy Coffey now in for the Pointers. Coffey just hands it off now to Shahai Stegall. And Stegall does not get much on that. Or actually, excuse me, that's Jason Ivory, another underclassmen out there for the Pointers. It looks like the Pointers now are letting some of their underclassmen get some reps out there, and that is the case. So Coy Coffey, low snap, fakes the handoff and runs around it on the other side of it, and he'll take a hit outside. And he'll only gain a few yards, about 2 or 3 on that carry, as it brings up 3rd down and 8. Samaje Williams checks back into the game. Brightbox shouting signals out there to his Pointers offense. Coffee in the pistol with Shamaje Williams in motion. Snap. Coffee takes it up himself. Has some room to run, and he makes a nice move and eludes the defender for the first down and is brought down past the 35-yard line. Nice play right there by Coy Coffee to take it up himself and get the first down. So just with 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, the Pointers taking time off the clock as Shamaje Williams receives the handoff from Coy Coffee, and he brings it up about 9 yards up to the 24-yard line.
Well, Michael, I think this game will be closed out here with the Pointers either getting one more score or taking care of the ball and letting the clock run out. Obviously, if I'm Eau Claire, I don't want to be calling my timeouts. Just get this game over with. But a good game if you're a Pointers fan.
Great game on the UWSP side of things as the handoff goes nowhere. And Jason Ivory was the ball carrier on that play. And that brings up another third down situation. Just hit the 2-minute mark now. While we're here, we'd like to give a few thank yous out to our great technical crew who helped to make today's broadcast possible. Our broadcast director, Brianna Schmidt, our camera people, Theo Meyer, Ryan Kraft, and, of course, Charles Reingart as well up there on the booth doing a great job handling the cold very well. You guys have done a great job today covering the game, and we couldn't have done this broadcast without all your help. So that brings up now 4th and 7 now for UWSP. And they're going to let the clock tick down as much as they can. And it looks like the Pointers just might take a timeout here to avoid the delay of game penalty. And I believe that is the case. And Breitbach takes his first timeout as we just have only 53 seconds left in this game. Jackson, it's been a heck of a game for the Pointers. If you're a Pointers fan, obviously you saw a great display of team mobility and team performance out there as well. But on the UW-Eau Claire side of things, it was a little bit of a struggle after that first series where things went so well for them.
Yeah, I think their offense kind of the run game honestly looked really good today, especially in that second quarter and third quarter. They were running the ball very well. I just think that they couldn't continue to do that without their pass game, which they didn't have.
Victor Fonteria lines up for what will be a 47-yard field goal attempt. He converted one earlier today and sends this one. Nice kick, and it goes through the uprights and good. So Ponterio with his second field goal of the day. It's a 40-12 game, but the Pointers able to get one more score before the day is done.
Good for Victor Ponterio. He needed that one, boost his confidence a little bit. Kind of having a rough day and being able to go down and put away a 47-yard field goal with 47 seconds on the clock.
And
kick.
And it has been quite a trying day for special teams overall. As I believe we had like 4 or 5 extra points that were no good. I believe 4 of them were blocked. I know the Pointers had at least a couple that were blocked throughout the day. Eau Claire had an extra point that was blocked as well, and then they missed their second one, which went off the upright. So while extra points weren't exactly on anybody's side today, the special teams unit has been on the Pointers' side, along with the offensive passing attack and defensive charge.
Yeah, most definitely, Michael. I think the Pointers team came ready to play today, even after they were down 6-0 early in this game, storming back. scoring a lot of points today. They needed this one.
And Victor Fonterio will send it back to the Blue Golds for one final time as he kicks it off. Will Adair will just let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback, and the Blue Golds will be at the 25-yard line.
As mentioned before, the Pointers will travel to UW-Platteville for a 2 o'clock start time next Saturday. And the Eau Claire Blue Golds will travel to UW-La Crosse for an 11:30 a.m. start time. Both games are WIAC conference play. The Blue Golds will fall to 3-5, and the Pointers will advance or move up to 3-5. Both teams the Blue Golds will fall to 1-4 in WIAC play, and the Pointers will go to 2-3 in WIAC play.
And as we get closer to the end of the conference season, things can heat up, especially towards the top of the standings with teams such as UW-Whitewater, UW-La Crosse, and UW-Platteville all vying for the conference title. So UWSP could play a little spoiler against UW-La Crosse and Platteville if they play very well. As the handoff to Dylan Bombeck goes for a couple more yards, and that will do it. That will close this one out. UWSP holds off UW-Eau Claire here on a snowy Saturday, and they win this one 40-12. We're gonna take a commercial break, but we'll come back and we'll talk about the post-game wrap-up and look ahead to the rest of the season. This is Pointers football on SBTV.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader, and I think that was something I had the capability of doing, and forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out into community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things, So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
And welcome back here at Goerke Park here as the UWSP Pointers pull off a big win against the UW-Eau Claire Blue Goats, 40-12 here on the Spud Bowl, day of the Spud Bowl. Michael Wengen here with Jackson Jurek for the call. Jackson, we talked about this so many times during the broadcast. What a great play! What a great day overall for this Pointers team as a whole.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Quick rundown. The Pointers, as shown on your screen, go for 144 rushing yards, 248 passing yards. Matt Urmanski had a heck of a day. 14 for 25, only one interception, 4 touchdowns with the 56 long, sacked only one time. Jonte Webb and Jeffrey Williams both led the receiving corps. Jonte Webb had 108 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Jeffrey Williams had 2 touchdowns with 96 yards. Samaje Williams had a good game on the ground today for 14 rushes as he went for 67 yards, no touchdowns with a long of 27. Pointers had a good job all over the place, I think, Michael, and I think that's why they're walking out of here with the victory today.
Yeah, I think that we got to give the player of the game to Matt Urmanski. I don't think there's anybody else that we have had solid performances from many guys overall on the Pointers as well today, but Matt Urmanski, as you mentioned, over 240 yards passing, 4 touchdowns as well. Jonte Webb caught 2 of those, and Jeffrey Williams caught the other 2 as well. Meanwhile, you got to give special credit to Donovan Lucas as well. Had an interception on the day as well as that punt return on the day as well, the 65-yard punt return for a touchdown as well. So it's been a solid day overall for the Pointers. They've been able to do well here as they get their second conference win of the season. Meanwhile, let's take a look at some of the other conference scores around the WIAC. Today, in some of the games, UW Oshkosh defeated UW Platteville on the road 24-20. Meanwhile, UW Whitewater survived a close contest against UW La Crosse. They win 21-17. Meanwhile, the other WIAC matchup going on right now has just finished up in Menominee as UW Stout takes care of UW River Falls with the final score of 30-24. And as we mentioned it several times, the Pointers have just only a couple of conference games left on the season. They'll close out their home schedule and their season as well on November 16th here at Goerke Park as they host UW La Crosse for Senior Day. SBTV will be covering that game as well for the final time of this season. So for everybody on our technical broadcast and for Jackson Jurek, I'm Michael Wengen. Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Pointers Football. This has been a production of Pointers Football here on SBTV.